Wait, okay, just thinking about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's all just memories.
Back in my mind, I'm hoping you say 2 or 3. Agree? Yeah, indeed, you look good and we came to party, but I don't wanna waste my time. I'll waste your time. I'll waste your time.
Hi, party people. Today, I'm going to be doing a story time on literally like the worst, most diabolical date I've ever been on in life. This was my senior year of high school. I met this boy while taking the SATs. So I was at school on like a Saturday, and I ended up meeting this boy. He was a junior. We're gonna call him Tootie. Yo, I'm sorry if I keep hitting the mic. I'm sorry. I move a lot. I talk with not just my hands. I talk with my body. Like, I met Tootie before taking the SATs. It was at my school. It was a bunch of different schools at my school. Everybody was taking the SAT. And I remember sitting next to the vending machine, just chilling, waiting to take my test. And he came up to me and started talking to me. He had potential. He had potential to be something great before I experienced what I experienced. I don't even remember how he started the conversation for real, but it was just a nice, casual conversation. Like, I remember him mentioning, he was like, "You're tall." Thanks. Even though he was taller than me. So yeah, this is like towards the end of the school year, and prom is coming up. I want to say that's what we were talking about, and he was like, "Oh, like let's go to prom together," and this and the third. I really don't know how the conversation went, so I'm gonna just. It was in little bits and pieces. And we were probably talking about anime too. I think I had a Gojo case at the time. I think that's what sparked the conversation for real. But I can't remember. We were talking before we had to take the test. Then I had took the test. I took it. I didn't say I passed. Yeah, and I was out of there. Like, I really wasn't expecting to meet nobody. He did end up getting my number because he texted me after, like, "Oh, are you still here?" And I was like, mm-mm. He was like, "Oh dang, like I wanted to talk to you more," and stuff like that. We were texting, and then I want to say that's when he hit me with the, like, he'd be happy to apply to be my chair or something. Like, it was funny because, like, he said that, and at the same time I was asking if he's submissive. I ain't got no problem with submissive men. Listen. But this one, baby. You know, me personally, I like the switches. I like the best of both worlds. Like, yeah. So we asked at the same time. Well, I asked him, and then that was just the confirmation that I needed. Like, oh, okay, so you wanted it. And I told him too. Like, what really gave it away was him mentioning my height. Usually, men are worried about my height, but I'm like, oh, you're tall. Like, you want me looking down on you, don't you? This happened maybe like 2 years ago. So I don't remember everything down to a T, but I'm like, I remember enough to where it's like, that really happened? Like, huh? So yeah, we've established that. We established that he is submissive. But he goes to the same school as one of my coworkers at the time. So I go to work, and I was working at Chick-fil-A, but I ended up working on iPads with one of my coworkers. So I'm asking her, like, "Oh, do you know Tootie?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I know him." And when you ask somebody if you know such and such, you want to hear good things about such and such. So she was like, "Oh yeah, I know Tootie. He always wore the same pants last semester." That's what you gotta say about Tootie. She was literally like, he wore these pants so much, like, I see it when I close my eyes. Like, it's engraved in my brain. Here's what she described. She said these pants, they were like black, but then they had like bandana patches on it. Keep that in mind. Black jeans with some bandana patches, okay? So what did I learn about Tootie? He only got one pair of jeans, apparently. She was also saying stuff like, "Oh, like, he doesn't like me anymore because I rejected him." And like, she was saying like, "Yeah, he's weird, like, are you sure you want to be talking to him," type stuff. I just wanted to see for myself, because it's like, okay, like, I don't want to base things based off of this only opinion, because based off of like me and Tootie talking, I was like, okay, like, he was cool. He did get mad at me though. He got mad at me because I called him a baby. Like I said, I was a senior, he was a junior. Don't act like a baby if you don't want to get called a baby. He was talking about all this, like, oh,
I want to be your boyfriend. Don't call me a baby. It's rude and disrespectful.
me and Tootie are talking. Actually, we went from texting to FaceTiming. Actually. So I want to say while Tootie and I were texting, like I said, he was trying to be my chair. Tootie, I feel like there is a difference between being freaky and being nasty. This nigga is disgusting. Yeah, basically, talking to Tootie, I ended up finding out, or he ended up revealing, he had a fart kink. You heard right. F-A-R-T. Tootie with the fart kink? Oh, babes. No, I can't remember if we were on FaceTime or if he texted it, but we're just gonna say we were on FaceTime. And yeah, he ended up revealing that he had a fart kink. And I'm just like, on the inside, I wanted to burst out laughing, but I'm like, I don't know, I really don't want to be a kink shamer. I did it, now I am. It's like everyone has their kink, everybody has their fetish, but I'm like, I was just like, oh, okay, you know, in a very professional, calm manner. And even he was like, oh, like you're so nonchalant about it. Yeah, I won't be doing that. So he said that, and then he was saying like, oh, like, and I like other stuff too, but I'll let you know once we get to know each other better. I'm like, that's your opener? Like, you're comfortable telling me that. I'm scared to know what I have to wait for. And I'm not finna hold you. If you starting off with a fart king, he probably like scat. I'm not finna hold you. Yuck. We were on the phone. I'm trying to make him not feel bad about himself. And I'm asking him questions because, like, literally, I ran into people with a bunch of different kinks, but I'm like, a fart kink? That's the first. So I'm asking him questions like, how'd you get into that? Like, why do you like them? What's the difference between a man and a woman's fart? I'm asking questions, and he's just like, oh, well, I like women's farts more. He really, like, he was in the smothering, and I'm not sitting on nobody's face and farting. I'm not. I don't even fart around my mom. So I'm not doing it sexually on purpose. Like, huh? I think I tried, like, brushing past that conversation. He brought it up a lot. I'm not gonna hold you. He was talking about all this. Let's go to prom together and we could get a hotel and, like, you can sit on my face and you could fart on my face. I wouldn't mind. Like, oh my God. For free! I want to know what the trauma is behind that. I want to know how you figure that out. You know what? Maybe I don't. And like I said, I really did see potential in him. Like, even after he disclosed that information, I'm just like, okay, how about we just, like, let's not talk about it. He brought it up so much. Like, I'm telling my friends about it on the phone and stuff, and she's just like, she's laughing. She's just like, oh, what are you gonna do if he tells you to fart in his face? And I'm getting mad. I'm like, I don't want to think about that. I'm not. Like, I cannot. Like, imagine the pink eye. Oh my gosh. Like, what about your farts? Your own farts? How do you feel about them? Yeah, he ended up, like, inviting me to prom and stuff, saying we could get a hotel and stuff. He kept bringing up, like, me sitting on his face. I'm like, do you even know what to do? He's talking about some...
We gonna find out.
Who is we? Who is that? I was gonna go to prom with him though. I done brought a dress and everything. Like, I don't know, for someone who's supposed to be submissive, like, he was doing a whole lot of, I want this, I want that. Like, okay, princess. I had agreed to go to prom with him because, like I said, I didn't go to my own prom. So I was just like, ooh, period, go to another school's prom. Now we're getting to the date part. So yeah, he ended up asking me on a date to the movies. And actually, backtrack. While we were on the phone, he would always talk about his job. He would be complaining about his job. I'm like, oh, where do you work? He's like, oh, I don't really like telling people because they always want me to put them on. Baby, I got a job, thank you. You over here complaining, why would I want to work there? Like, yeah, we ended up going on a date to the movies. It was when Batman came out. I'm not even a Batman fan like that. Like, out of all the superheroes, gotta be Spider-Man. All the Spider-Mans, I don't care. Batman came out, and the Jujutsu Kaisen movie came out. And like I said, I had a Gojo case. We both like anime, so why we ain't go see Jujutsu Kaisen? This man's talking about he don't want to read the subtitles. Like, honestly, like, really, like, maybe I'm just stupid, maybe I'm just slow, but I like to call myself open-minded. But maybe I really am slow, because I really be trying to give people chances, and it's just like, girl, you done seen the truth in 4K. What are you still doing here? First of all, I bought a whole Batman shirt. Like, I bought this pink Batman shirt off of Amazon. I'm over here trying to dress for the occasion, looking real cute, real stylish, period. I want to say, I think my dad took me. I told my dad about him. I didn't tell him everything. Told him, like, oh, we're supposed to be going to prom together. My dad was like, if you need me, just call me. You know, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it'll be fine. Oh, wait. So, back to the phone call. While we're on the phone, he's asking me to the movies and stuff. And he's talking about you can sit on me at the movies. Like, talking about I sit in his lap. Like, I'm just like, oh, okay, I won't. But anyways, I pull up to the movies and I see him, and he's already getting his ticket. First of all, notice how I said his ticket, not our ticket. I had to pay for my own ticket. You invited me out, but okay. We ain't have no popcorn. And then the seat that he picked, it's literally around everybody. Now, I'm not saying I was gonna sit on him, but if I were to, why would you want to be sandwiched in between all these people? I had no say in anything. Honestly, I should have just stood him up. Like, yeah, I really wanted to see the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. I don't think I've seen it to this day. You can't read for what, an hour and a half, but you want to sit here and talk the whole time for this 3-hour movie? Honestly, as soon as he paid for his ticket, man, look back at me like, what you gonna do? I'm finna call my dad. That's what I should have did. That's where it should have ended. Listen, like, literally, I heard nothing good about the Batman movie either. Did I like it? No, and he just made it 10 times worse. I see him buying his ticket, right? And I see him from behind. He turns around. I'm trying to scope out the fit, cause I done spent money on this Batman shirt. I ain't even got it no more. He got on a bleach shirt, like with Ichigo, and the black jeans with the bandana patches. That is your best fit? That's what you got? Is that all you got? It's the way my coworker described it, and as soon as I seen it, it just, there we go. Yeah, I'm really thinking like, wow.
Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me.
Should've listened to her. I don't think this is gonna be fun anymore. We make it to our seats. We're in between all these people. Like, it's the type you gotta, excuse me. We make it to our seats, and you know, he's like, oh, like, I forgot to mention you look beautiful and stuff like that. I'm like, I know. No, I'm playing. I'm just like, oh, thank you. Like, you look nice. You look nice. And literally he says, oh, sorry if I talk a lot. Baby, it's a movie. I hope not. And he was like, oh, like, my brother gets mad at me because I talk a lot during movies. Why would you suggest a movie if you know you talk a lot, first of all? Like, he really did talk a lot. When I tell you he talked the whole 3 hours, like, went to the bathroom, came back talking still. Like, the movie, I don't like movies like that. Like, what Batman is that? I like Lego Batman. And it's not even like he's explaining the movie. He's just talking. Thank you. We're probably like maybe halfway through the movie, and he tries putting his arm over my shoulder. Like when you pretend to like yawn so you could put your arm over the girl's shoulder. Like, he tried to hit me with one of those. Tell me why this man gonna punch me in the head. I could see him from my peripheral vision. He did that like 3 times, and then on the final one, he literally just I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was just like, you're good. But I'm like, when I'm disgusted, you can tell. Like, he got his arm around me, right? And you know how they're like, oh, let me lay my head on your shoulder. I'm like this. I'm straight up the whole time, and he just, I'm not laying on you. When's the last time you washed them jeans? I end up going to the bathroom, and while I'm in the bathroom, I try like calling my Uber because I got work after this. I come back and I sit down. I'm sitting on something. Tell me why I end up sitting on something, right? And I like hold it, and it's this man's arm. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, oh no, I just accidentally sat on this man's hand. And then I was like, or was it on purpose? He's talking about I mean, do you want it to be? I don't even want your arm around my shoulders. Huh? Literally? Huh? It's not funny. That's when I should have called my dad for real. Like, okay, you want to play with this man, not with me. Is it even the audacity? Like, I need a bigger word. First of all, it's the first date. Like, we ain't never sent like no type of pictures or nothing. Like, nothing was asked besides, oh, sit on my face, fart in my face, some weird shit. Like, huh? I really just tuned him out for the rest of the movie. Like, yeah, oh, okay. Tell me why my Uber was taking a sweet time. Like, I was blowing up her phone. Like, hey, you alright? You in traffic? Like, what's going on? Because I done requested an Uber like 40 minutes ago. Why is it the movie is over and you still not here? Girl, come get me today. Yeah, the movie's over and we're like waiting. Well, we aren't in our seats anymore. We're like standing by the exit, but still we can still see the screen because we were seeing, you know how Marvel be having like the extra clips after the end credits. So we were trying to see if anything like that would happen. I don't even know if anything like that happened. I would have loved to see Jujutsu Kaisen, but anyways, I'm checking my phone like, girl, where are you at? She's been in the same spot for like 20 minutes. I'm like, are you good? And she's just like, yeah, it's traffic. Like, I'm gonna need you to, hey man, get here ASAP. While I'm looking at my phone, he's gonna reach over and literally like caress my stomach, talking about something.
I like your tummy.
What are you doing? Who told you that's what girls like? I think I ignored that encounter, just like, oh yeah, like my ride's here. Yeah, we ended up leaving the movies and he's talking about like, oh, like we should go get something to eat. So I gotta pay for that too. I'm good. My Uber's here. I gotta go to work. And he was like, oh, you should call out. Finna get this free meal. I'm not paying for nothing else today. But you don't want to be called a baby. You acting, you're the whole child. Like, you think just because you got a job, you're him. No. You like farts. And you don't pay for dates. And you wear the same pair of jeans. You wore an anime shirt to the Batman movie. We ended up like hugging but goodbye. And he tried like moving his hands lower. His hands went from like my mid back to like right on top of my butt. The next day, the day after the date, we didn't talk at all. He didn't bother reaching out at all. I wasn't gonna reach out. It wasn't like I had a good time or nothing. So then the day after that, when he decided to reply, I was just like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. I don't even remember what I said. It was really respectful though. I'm always respectful to people that don't deserve it. Like, I don't feel a connection with you. Like, I don't see us progressing. Like, I hope you find someone to go to prom with, but it ain't finna be me. But he's just like, oh, what do you mean? Just because we didn't talk for one day? I'm like, baby, that's not even the half of it. I already don't like boys younger than me. For whatever reason, my senior year, it was so many youngins trying to get with me. Like, babe, where's your mama? Where is your mama? Literally, it was a freshman. He tried asking me to homecoming. I was like, how old are you? He was like 13. Ooh. Why are we even in the same building? Shouldn't you be in like 8th grade? What's going on? That was my story time on the worst date I've ever been on. Shit, we both grown now. Like, you're weird. I hope you're still not on that. I hope you learned and progressed and you learned how to respect the people that you're interested in, because You're weird. For real. Not for fake. I'm just waiting for the day that I run into like a normal date, because dates don't go too well for me. And it's like, yes, like I knew what I knew, but it's at the same time I wasn't expecting to get groped. Like I could have been on my period or anything, and you just over here grabbing booty. If you got a handful of pad, then what? Honestly, I think I need to start putting my hands on more people. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this story time more than I enjoyed the date. It's something to laugh about. Anywho, bye.